Hi, welcome to my channel, House of Spirit. My name is Madeleine Parker. Thank you for watching and for still being here. If you are still subscribed to me, I have not been very consistent with my channel. I've been very focused on my land project, my mission, and now it is winter or coming up. And so I shift my energies to my mission of being a light worker, to raise the vibrations, and to use my skills and abilities as a psychic to gain higher guidance from the spirits to help us all through the current energies that are going on astrologically. And this is something I do for myself anyway. I always do tarot card reads on the transits that I have in my own astrology chart, you know, going up against the current planets and everything. And so I usually work with the cards to bring clarity on some of these transits. So I thought I would do that as a focus on my reads for others, for the collective. So we're going to study today the transits of coming up this week. We've got a pretty major transit, which I find fascinating, which is this square. We have Saturn went direct, stationed direct. We have Pluto stationing direct. Let me slow down. Saturn stationed direct last week. Pluto is stationing direct this week. Last week, Mars in retrograde in the sign of Aries squared Saturn in Capricorn at 25 degrees. And today, or this week, not today, this week, Saturn, that's going retrograde, will be at about 23 degrees, 22 degrees, squaring Pluto at 22 point something degrees, almost 23 degrees. So we have a Mars in retrograde squaring Pluto stationing direct. So that to me is fascinating. So we're going to look at all the 12 signs. I'm going to do a quick, I'm looking at all the 12 houses. So Capricorn will fall where Capricorn falls in what house according to your ascendant. And you can look at all your signs too and see how it's impacting your house and your moon, but I'm going to align with the ascendant. So calling in high skies and angels so that we may be higher guided to navigate these rather fascinating energies, these strong energies. Pluto is a pretty intense planet. Mars is in an intense squaring in retrograde with this Saturn not that far behind. Actually, Saturn technically is conjuncting all of this. So this is kind of a very once-in-a-lifetime transit. So let's see what the general... I already did a video on the first 4 signs, and you can watch that too. There's a beginning intro on there that might be different from this one, but we're going to do a general energy look at... We're going to look at the general energies and then go through houses, or the next 4 signs, which are Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Ace of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. That's why I love divination, by the way. If you want a personal read, I do my reads on FaceTime. They're live sessions, and they are really focused on spiritual soul growth development. And I also pull charts. I'm a student of astrology. I'm a deep student of astrology. I love astrology. I'm fascinated by it. And my email link is below, and I really do focus on your spiritual growth, because that's what tarot is trying to do, is trying to raise your vibrations, help you heal wounds, align your thoughts. I like to teach my grid in workshops as well, because I use these reads a lot to align my own actions, to align myself with my head and my heart. I do this all the time. It works for me very well, and astrology has been working for me very great. So I like to share what I know. All right, we're going to look at this right now for the general energies. Mars squaring Pluto. You know, I'm finding that as strong as Pluto transits are, life impacting, life changing, life switching direction, transformations. Pluto is the 8th house. It's the death card in tarot. It's Scorpio, but now we have the Aries here. That's the Aries card in the center of the read. So Aries energy, which is our own self-will, is aligning with the will of the universe through, sometimes combative, through this power struggle of Pluto squaring Pluto, because Pluto in Capricorn is your true desire, your true wish, your soul becoming very connected to what you want in your soul. But in the sign of Capricorn means you have to do it if you're going to initiate your soul's desire, which Aries energy is lining up with, which is the masculine energy. The soul in your desire is coming from your heart space, is your soul's truth. So the energy of Mars is aligning, being forced to align with the Capricornian, which is to ground, which is the energy of grounding, to ground the vision and the desire, because Aries is the energy of desire. Becoming very in retrograde is to become very conscious of your true soul's desire, with Pluto squaring Pluto coming in saying, yes, you can't ignore this anymore. This is your soul truth, but you're going to have to follow Capricornian standards, laws, all that stuff. And there can be clashes there. So let's take a look at this. So for the sign, we're going to do Leo. I went all the way up to Cancer, so we're going to do Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. But just to run through this is the sort of energetic look at the energies that really all these transits are to align Mars energy, which is the working, doing energy, to go forward as the universe, which is your truth. This is my heart space in my grid. There is communication. Now, swords are also knowledge, information. So we got swords, swords, swords. So that is air energy. So that's the Aries energy tends to be now, if you've got a masculine doing Aries energy and you're not aligned in with your truth, your true desire, you go with headspace. That's one of the shadow aspects of the Aries energy, is to be very strong in headspace and not in heart space, to be guided more by ego. And so the Mars ego energy is going to come into clashing with the authorities, and Mars is going to relent, is going to bend to the will of the higher calling, the higher good, and sort of, I want to say behave, but it sounds kind of judging, but to align the selfish energy with the will of the universe, which actually does align you with your true desires. It is good. It is the right result. I hope that makes sense. All right, so now I'm going to go so Pluto is the truth, the deep soul truth, squaring Mars squaring that. Okay, so Mars is going to have to align with that, which is beautiful. You know, it's the universe working on our behalf to help us forward to our truth. But this is hitting in the World card, and this is kind of pretty much hitting the center of the read. And we have the Chariot there. And this is my cross, by the way. This is what Divine wants you to know. This is what you think, what Divine wants you to think, what you feel, what Divine wants you to know about or feel instead. That the Aries Mars energy is coming forward aligned with a higher will of the universe. The force is pulling away from defensive choices, in alignment, turning towards heart. Again, we get the King of Cups, which is the more heart Scorpio energy, right? The water energy. So becoming knowledgeable of your heart's desires, your truth, your emotional world, so that the Mars energy is aligning with the emotional energy in you and in the world. I am going to do another video today about calling in abundance, about information I channel about how to call in your abundance, so stay tuned for that. And I am really going to focus more on this channel. I find it a lot of fun to do, so I'm happy to be able to do this. So right now we're going to look at the energies of Leo. Please, what can you tell us about Leo? So what house will it fall for Leo? Mars is for Leo in your 9th house, and 6th is Saturn. Okay, so 6th and 9th houses for Leo. Let's take a look. That's going to be, let's see, 9th house for Leo in Mars. So possibly belief systems going up against authority, right, in Capricorn, which is then going to be in your 6th house, so possible work. Your sort of expansive ideas about work having to meet a grounding, having to apply it to a rule or grounding or structure. Okay, let's have a look for there's that double on that. Okay, so for Leo, which is all about the heart, they're very much driven by inspiration and heart connection. So there's the Leo out of alignment. Leo, masculine energy. It is a masculine energy. And so your thoughts, okay, so you may have been out of alignment with a true desire. Look at that fire energy coming up for Leo. So we've got you basically Eight of Wands right there at the bottom of the deck. So basically, Leo, you guys, 6th and 9th house, aligning in your career with your creativity. So I would say with Leo that on a day-to-day basis, you haven't been showing up fully as your creative force, being repressed. These are the subconscious fears that are clearing up and purging out of these Pluto transits that are really the pinnacle of this fear. And you're going to bust out of this, and you're going to see that you can, because the passion of love of what you do is a creative energy. You're going to get more of a grip of how you can actually really ground this creative force within you into the material world, causing you a brand new beginning. Double. That's what's happening with all these strong stellium and Capricorn, is we're really clearing out old ways of existing, and we're creating a new paradigm. But we have to put in the Saturnian structure. To create anything in the 3D, we have to follow a structure. So you're going to see how you can follow your true inner yearning of self-expression and creative force into a structured dynamic that is going to be supportive of your new direction in life. So now let's take a look at Virgo. So with Virgo, this King of Swords wanted to come out. Ooh, upside down fire sign feminine. So I would say Virgo, so for Virgo, let me just take a look. 8th, Mars is in your 8th house, Virgo, and Saturn 5th. So wow, interesting. 8 and 5 is the dynamic that we're looking at. So we really are an 8 of Wands, Temperance underneath there. So what are we looking at here for Virgo? Again, similar message to Leo. Similar in the sense that the restrictions, there have been no on your creative expression, because we're looking at the 5th house. Saturn is in your 5th house, right? It represses. Saturn takes things away. So it's no, you haven't been able to express yourself in your creative force. You've been feeling like repressed in that area, or there's been a no around your ability to be creative. And that has thrown you emotionally out of alignment, and you're going to break through out of that mental limitations that these people have authority over you to be creative, and you're going to break through that. You're going to pull your energy away, trying to fight some sort of authority to allow you to be your creative Leo self-expression, which is the 5th house. It's Leo. So, and the 8th house is going to be financial. So you're going to have fears around the belief that your ability to be a creative force in the world is restricted by your finances. But also the authority world is not allowing you that, because we are talking about the 5th house in Capricorn is cover all these planets of stellium. Wherever Saturn is going to be a repression, because you're going to line up right. You can be creative, you can do it. There is some kind of alignment that has to happen for you, and a structure to ground it, to create a 3D version of this desire. You have to ground it through the Capricornian energy, which is why these planets are stellium right now, so we can really ground a new reality. But we're going to have to let go of our ideas, our thoughts. Again, heart space, desire, we're shifting into feminine energetic lead universally. So what does that mean? Your heart is going to be more important than head. That's why I get the King of Cups in the head spot. Again, the 5 of Swords represents thoughts that were out of alignment, creating things with out of alignment, throwing you more into alignment, into the areas, throwing your masculine energy into the heart energy. Aligning, so the masculine energy is supposed to support the emotional world. So where are we? We are now on Libra. So you guys, it's going to be, Mars is in your, I should know this by heart, 7th house, right? Wait, yeah, Mars is in your 7th house, and Capricorn planets are in your 4th house. So this wants to come out. So 4th, we're looking at 7th and 4th, relationships and home. So what are we looking at? Like mother, home. Oh, Ace of Cups is coming out. So Libra energy is the air energy. It's the energy that tends to not be so connected to heart space. Interesting how I have an air energy here and a heart energy. Heart is air, so it's conscious knowledge of the heart space. And the Libra are no longer turning away from emotional fulfillment. They've been holding themselves back from it. They're quitting that. Queen of Swords, quitting non-emotionally fulfilling choices. Look at that, going very heart space, Libra. Knowing that your answers, you kind of have a Mars in your 7th house activating emotionally more, shall we say, heart-based relationships that are now heart-based rather than conceptually based. And then we're going to go with that 4th Saturn in your 4th house, possibly moving, or let's look at this. There's that upside down feminine fire sign landing when we're talking about Saturn in the 4th house. Conflict in a relationship between possibly, or conflicts around living. Look, 10 of Pentacles. Not sure where they're most creatively, like not knowing where is the most emotionally balanced and most abundant place to live. There's confusion around living and relationships. So I would say this card keeps coming up at the bottom of all the people of every single one of the signs. So we are talking about fast movement because we do have Pluto going direct and we do have Saturn direct, Mars in retro, but which makes the Mars energy very close and near. But for Libra, we have confliction over relationships, and then we have home, finances, and emotional balance. So in other words, there is a development for Libra in